The death penalty debate. Your thoughts? Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a big debate. Should the government be allowed to use the death penalty or not? Max Stirner had a strong opinion on this, stating that the state calls its own violence law, but that of the individual crime. On one side, there are people who agree with Stirner. They say the government shouldn't have the power to decide who lives and who dies. They think the death penalty goes against what's fair and takes away people's rights. They also worry that sometimes innocent people might get punished, which would be a terrible mistake. Plus, they believe everyone should have the chance to change and be forgiven, even if they did something really wrong. On the other side, there are folks who think the death penalty is necessary. They believe it's the only way to punish the worst crimes, like murder, and to make sure those responsible face the consequences. They say it's a way to keep society safe by scaring potential criminals from doing bad things. And for victims and their families, it can bring a sense of closure and justice, like the punishment fits the crime. So, let's take a closer look at what each side is saying. People against the death penalty worry about innocent people getting hurt. They think it's not right for the government to decide who lives and who dies. They believe everyone deserves a second chance even if they've made big mistakes. But those in favor of the death penalty see it differently. They often think that certain criminals can't be reformed and that they should not be given the chance to go back into society to re-offend. They say it helps keep society safe and gives victims and their families a sense of justice. However, there are some important points to consider when looking at both sides. For example, opponents of the death penalty point out that it's often used disproportionately against marginalized communities and that it doesn't necessarily deter crime. On the other hand, supporters argue that it provides closure for victims' families and that some crimes are so heinous that they warrant the ultimate punishment. As we think about this topic, it's essential to understand both sides and to consider the broader implications of the death penalty. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but by discussing it openly and respectfully, we can work towards a more just and compassionate society. So, let's keep the conversation going. What do you think? Are you for or against the death penalty? Thank you for joining me. Until next time, let's keep exploring and striving for understanding.